I'm going to pair up the JVC GZMG255U, aka $60 camera that you can buy off of eBay, which initially went for around $1,000 plus around 2007, 2008, up against the Z30. I'm filming with it right now, so I'm just gonna use this as a placeholder. This is the Z50. Put these two cameras side by side and determine, can a $60 camera that you filmed and used back in 2007, which was so ahead of its time, can you actually use it in 2023? Let's find out. So I have right here is the JVC Everio GZMG255. Specs has a 2 megapixel camera, 30 gigs of hard drive disk memory with a 10x optical zoom, and you have a f1.2 aperture. And of course, it has a flippity outy screen. Way ahead of its time, Nikon. This thing is so ingenious. I don't know why other camera brands don't do this. Has a little lens cover protector right here. And I'm actually gonna put this on a tripod. Thread. Kind of funny. Turn this bad boy on. And actually it takes an SD card. So I put in a 32 gig SD card in this. And now let's see how this would compare to the Nikon Z30. If you don't know yet, Nikon Z30, Z50, exact same pretty much sensor and a camera body, APS-C, 20.1 megapixels. You're looking at a CMOS sensor, X-Speed 6 processor, shoots 4K in 30, 1080p, 120. This, you have 1080p output, right? 720 and 480p, but it is all shot on a 2 megapixel camera. Recording failure. Okay, we're off to a great start. This is the second time that I'm trying this. Hopefully it will actually work. So now, hopefully for the love of God, I'm shooting this finally on the JVC Everio camera with adequate lighting. The first 2 times that I've tried, it gave me recording failure, but now hopefully it is okay. I did a little reset, restart, shooting with ultra fine, whatever that means, the highest quality that I can on the JVC, released in 2007. Side by side with the Nikon Z30, as you can see the difference between having an APS-C camera. You're looking at 18 mil, which is 30 mil here, and you're looking at maybe a 50 mil in terms of the full frame equivalent. So this is what it will look like. I'm pretty well lit, so this is the best quality that I can actually get out of this camera right now, and you guys be the judge. Is this footage usable whatsoever? It even has a built-in microphone, so you can actually pick up audio, but I'm using the audio from this camera, from my Blue Yeti right here. I'm talking hella fast because I do not know if this is gonna crash or record failure again, so fingers crossed. The whole point of me putting these cameras side by side, because you're like, what are you doing? Right? Of course, $800 USD plus tax, plus the lenses, $1,000 for this guy, $50 back in the day, right? Today, this is roughly around $1,000 back in the day. What I'm trying to say with this is you can record with a potato because it's all about how you use it. Can you use this full in terms of, shooting a YouTube video? Maybe not. But in terms of its aesthetic, giving you that retro 2000 circa 2K look, money in terms of B-roll and footages, which kind of proves the point that you don't really need to spend $5,000 on camera gear nowadays. Everyone has a phone that you can use, right? Use what you got. That's always been the whole premise of this channel. And I don't want you to show you that, hey, this little camera right here, I can still use, and I'm using it to this day. And if you're wondering how this camera looks out and about in terms of vlogging and how it actually look,
I have a video on that. Link is in the description below. So that was my video. Just do a little comparison and contrast from a video camera that was released almost 16, 17 years ago. I remember this was like $1,000. It was my very first ever camera that I used for my French class project, where I was a nervous wreck. I stuttered, I was not confident. And instead of me giving a class presentation, I decided to make a video instead, since I didn't have to talk. I just needed to talk to a camera when I was 14 and 15 years old. And this was the exact camera that I used as my very own content creation journey started around 2006, 2007. And I still have this camera to this day because it still holds a really soft spot to my heart. Fast forward 20 years, and camera equipment has gone, progressed. You have entry level APS-C cameras that shoots beautiful 1080 4K footage. And putting these videos side by side, of course, I have to scale all this footage up to 4K. But if I actually put the image size of the video size of both these side by side, you'll see how tiny this actually footage is. But if you scale it, it's still a vibe. It's still a vibe. And if you want to get the best camera quality and learn everything video and getting, whether you use a Nikon or a Sony, I have a full course on that. Link is in the description below, where I teach you everything, especially if I have a Nikon, the best settings, the best recording settings, and all the gear I have at your fingertips. My name is Peter. You're watching Broken Vision Collective, where we all serve nothing, but you can always create something. Cheers, guys.